Hello there, welcome to my channel Cosmic Vibrations. This is going to be a general reading for December 2020 for Scorpio people. So if you have your rising sun, moon, or even Venus in Scorpio, this reading's for you. I'm going to do an 11 card Celtic cross spread. And I'll be putting a timestamp down below in the description box so you can skip straight ahead to the reading instead of sitting through this part. Or you can choose to keep me company while I shuffle. It's totally up to you. This reading may or may not resonate because it's for a collective of Scorpio people, so you'll have to use your amazing intuition to figure out whether it's for you or not. All right. This is for Scorpions, Scorpionic people for December 2020. This should be interesting. We'll see what comes out for you. Okay. One more. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Ooh. Nice. Oh. Okay, this is the Spiral Tarot. I'm going to use the Gaian Tarot for your clarifiers. And before I start talking, I want to pick some cards to go with this Wheel of Fortune here. The Wheel of Fortune is cropping up quite a bit. Makes sense. We have some big planetary shifts about to occur in December. So it seems as though it's kind of jump-starting change for everyone. Okay, let's see. Wow. A few signs have gotten this combination. Okay. Your central experience for December 2020 is the Wheel of Fortune, Major Arcana. With it, you have the Star. I'm trying to think. I think it was your opposite Taurus had this combination. There's some big positive changes that are happening in December. It might be happening on a spiritual level, an emotional level, and most definitely possibly in a physical level too. It seems as though you are about to enter a new cycle of evolution. Positive, hopeful, inspired evolution. Major change for the better. Or evolvement. You seem very in tune with the cosmic forces and with the fates. I'm getting a strong feeling that you surrender. You surrender to the fates because you trust them, or you're starting to finally trust them more. Maybe a while back you started to lose faith or lose hope in the future, or started to doubt whether things were going to evolve for the better or not. But it seems as though now you have newfound faith and hope in things getting better, much better. You're potentially entering a new cycle that will last about a year. So, or it may have started a year ago, but now you see results, or you're starting to see results of what you started a year ago, or you're starting something now in December that will come to full fruition next December, next year. With these two, you have the Three of Air. So I see you actually making your mark in the world through some deep meditation, deep soul searching, deep understandings of things that have to do with solving problems. This is taking traumas, pains, difficult situations from the past and finding deeper understanding in how to handle these things or how to understand these things. It may be that you're transforming pain into knowledge for the future, for others, and for yourself. Where perhaps, I don't know why I'm getting this, but perhaps in the past you've gone through some Scorpio moments of being angry, being hurt, being angry, even sometimes wanting retaliation or wanting to hurt what has hurt you, but you have completely transformed, where now you see why you had to go through those things, or you see now that many others go through these things too, and it's not just you. And you have had a breakthrough moment where you feel inspired to potentially write these things down or to get the information out there. I'm getting something about a mystery or a riddle from the past that you have received an answer for or a solution for that can greatly impact the lives of other people through your understanding of it. The solving of a mystery or the solving of a riddle that takes pain and turns it into total transformation and understanding. If I didn't read it as so grand as all that, I would say that you're able to overcome pain now. You're able to overcome suffering. It's almost like being an alchemist. This is alchemy. To take pain and suffering and turn it into knowledge and positive change and evolution. So, what your challenge is? Potentially distraction. Also impatience. It feels as though something is on its way to you, but hasn't quite arrived yet, or you haven't become aware of it yet. And instead, your vision may be a little bit limited or cloudy, or you may simply just be confused. You may feel like you're taking on too much of other people's emotions at this time, and this is clouding your own vision for what it's like you're having a hard time discerning what is you and what is coming from other people. Things may be especially catchy at this time, where other people's confusion can easily invade you and make you feel confused. Other people's depression may temporarily make you feel depressed. This seems, I don't know why, but it's telling me that you're empathic powers are on overdrive at this time, and so it's really important for you to have alone time or moments outside of the circus so you can come back to yourself and know exactly what's going on with you. But let me pick more on this. Tell me more on why the Seven of Cups is a challenge for them. Whoa. Okay, definitely gonna have to pick another one. Look at that. Your challenge is that temporarily something is falling apart. It could be part of your ego is falling, and ego not being a negative word, by the way, it just means sense of self. Your sense of self may be dramatically changing at this time, where you have sudden insights, sudden awakening, sudden knowledge, sudden understanding that is shaking you up. I'm getting something about something going on with your nervous system, where like your nerves get shot easily, or you might have some nervous tics all of a sudden where your eyes start twitching out, or you get irritable more easily, or just there's so much dramatic change going on for you that it's hard to know what is beneficial and what is just ripping you apart. And the reason why I'm saying it is because first you have lightning or the Tower. It's like you're being struck so hard with evolution or with a deeper, more awakened understanding of things that your sense of self is shattered, or how you understood things is crumbling, and you have a new understanding that's coming in, which can be quite disconcerting. Can make you feel like you have no foundation, you have no roots. I'm getting a strong feeling in here as if you feel as though you don't belong here at this time, like you come from a different dimension or a different world or a different place, and you may have spent a lot of your life feeling out of place or feeling too different or ahead of your times. But it seems as though time is catching up with you, because out of lightning comes the sun of you are finally coming into yourself, or you finally feel appreciated, or you're meeting people, or even the younger generations understand you in a way where you realize you are ahead of your times for a reason, which is you're a lamppost or a lighthouse for others that are out there that feel exactly the same way. Or something that was no longer working, possibly this old pain, is crumbling away so that you finally see yourself for how amazing you are, or you're able to share your gifts with the world and be appreciated. Or out of total destruction comes happiness instead of loss, which is interesting because, and I can see how this is a challenge, is you don't know what's upside down or upright. You don't know if disaster is happiness or if happiness is disaster, or which way is up and which way is down. There's so much change happening. It might be that you become shocked because what you thought was not going to work out ends up not only working out, but ends up to be something far greater than what you thought. Or you are finally able to completely express yourself with without feeling as though you have to dampen down parts of your being in order to be accepted by others. Okay. So what's helping you is, again, the Tower. So it might be that your challenge is realizing that what's helping you, that what you thought was not helping you is actually helping you. So whatever is crumbling, and this could be a part of your identity, a part of your knowledge, a part of your life, an external situation. This could be internal as well. It can be both happening at the same time, of whatever was no longer working or what was unstable foundation is now crumbling, and that is making space for you to be out in the open, not in a suit, not in a structure, not in a limiting understanding of things. Limitations are being ripped away. You might have felt as though you were in a prison before and you weren't sure how to get out, but you are definitely out. The prison is crumbling. The identity is crumbling. The unsound structure is crumbling, which completely frees you up to be able to see the magic and experience it. But I'll find out more about that. What is this tower that's crumbling? That is helping them to have it crumble. What is crumbling? I'm going to pick one more. Okay. What is crumbling is the feeling that you can't express your emotions or can't express all of yourself because people won't understand. That is crumbling. You are being understood. You are not misunderstood. Or if certain people misunderstand you, there are others who completely understand you. And so you can feel free to express yourself in your fullness without feeling as though possibly it's just too intense for other people to handle, or that they just won't, that it's too much somehow. Because I see that what's helping you is you have realized, and you also are bringing in people that understand you quite deeply. This is a Cancer card, by the way, where you can fully be yourself. You can cry, you can laugh, you can let out all those things that you've been holding, keeping to yourself, not sharing with others, because you are held in the arms of sensitivity. And you can fully express yourself the way that you feel, or the way that you are. And this is a brand new chapter in your life where you feel like it is safe for you to completely be yourself, and also to express how you understand things. At this time, it's more likely for people to be receptive or to be in situations that are welcoming and accepting of how people actually are, where authenticity is the vibration here. There might be an important person in your life that makes you feel like you're not alone anymore internally. You know how you can be in a room full of people, you can be in a relationship and still feel completely isolated and alone. But this is telling me that what's helping you is you don't feel alone here. You don't feel misunderstood here. And this is almost a shock, where you almost can't believe it. There might be parts of you that are afraid of losing this once you have it. And this can be an internal feeling of being comfortable with yourself too. Interesting, okay? Your instincts right now are about harmony. Your instincts are for harmony, compromise, listening, speaking, understanding, support, friendship, relationships, soulmates, feeling connected, not feeling alone. Centering your focus on the alliances that you have where you can be yourself and vice versa. Where there isn't blame, there isn't criticism, or at least non-constructive criticism. This is cooperation. This is understanding. This is empathy. And this is where your instincts are now. Is you're ready for this, or you have this, or you feel this, or all three. You are drawing to yourself blessings of connection. You're starting to not feel so isolated or alienated anymore. You're not the only one. And you have a lot of loyalty here. True loyalty that is loyal no matter what happens. This is the type of vibration where even if things change, even if things don't work out with expectations, you always love each other and accept each other. You always support each other no matter what. Acceptance. You're coming away from a period of being very practical minded, of thinking about things like finances, resources, talents, skills, how you can best invest your energy into things where things are growing, where you have what you need and you're able to have enough time to sit back and relax and enjoy the simple things in life. Let me pull more on that. You have started something new. This is your past. This is what you're coming from. You have started something new that has a very good chance of growing into something long-lasting and prosperous. Or this is beginning to study something or perfect a craft or a talent to the point where you can actually become a master at it or a teacher of it or create something very large and long-lasting from it. This feels very comfortable to me. You're willing to do the work. You're willing to nurture this. You have your eyes on a long-term goal here. This can also be starting a family or starting to feel at home someplace, or deciding to go after a new home or a new situation that feels like home because you can see the worth in it. Interesting. Okay. Your best possible outcome is the Queen of Wands. This is fully standing unapologetically in your power. This is not misuse of power. This is not hungry for power. This is not negative power. This is positive, wholehearted belief in yourself, of standing in your power, not being afraid to show who you are, not being afraid to fight for what you want, not being afraid to show your grit if you need to in order to maintain a creative space. This can also be a person. This is an Aries card, by the way. So let me pull more on that. Tell me more about the Queen of Wands as their best possible outcome. You will not be defeated. I don't know why I'm getting those words, but you will not be defeated. Not this time. It feels as though perhaps you have fought for certain things or shown your power in the past over something that meant a lot to you, and you may have been shot down. But you've gotten back up again, and this time you are not destined for defeat. Let me see, though. This is also independence, too. Okay, let me pick one more. Yeah, feeling accepted for exactly who you are and not being able to show your fierceness or your ultimate creativity or your fieriness. You have found either a group of people or a community or a space where everyone is able to shine, and there's a lot of deep understanding here, or mutual empowerment. Being able to show your talents to others without fear of jealousy from others or being shot down, because let's face it, when you're standing in your power, certain people can feel threatened by that because they are not standing in their power. And so there is a possibility of jealousy or uncomfortableness or envy from others who also want to be in that position, but they feel threatened. You know, I don't see that here anymore. I see that you have learned how to work it, where you can adjust yourself, where other people feel empowered in your presence instead of envious. And this can also be being a coach or being a guide for others to empower this in them. And that you have learned temperance with using your power when you know when it's too overwhelming, or you know when it's a little too fierce. And I'm getting you have a group of people where you can show all of yourself with. And then there are other situations where if you're empowering other people, it's one step at a time, or not to overwhelm them all at once. So that's interesting. All right. In the near future, there's the Four of Pentacles. I'm going to pick some on this right away instead of going into that. Okay. Tell me more information about the Four of Pentacles in the future. Whoa. Wow, yeah. In the future, you're still going to be battling with a few little ghosts from the past. These little ghosts from the past have to do with self-preservation, clenching up, not showing all of yourself, trying to make yourself smaller so other people will feel more comfortable, possibly even limiting yourself. Or again, I'm getting an analogy of being in prison, of having the prison ripped away. You will no longer, I'm not getting that you want to hang on to these things from the past. I'm getting that it's hard to unclench when you've been through stress or trauma or difficulty, or even just feeling as though you will not be understood by others, or feeling limited by situations. When people get stressed, they clench up. Your body tenses, your neck hurts, your lower back hurts. And it's going to take a little while to retrain your body to relax. There might be some old triggers that resurface a few times where you'll know when you're being triggered because your body will tense up and you feel as though you need to clench or hide in a shell or a defense or a armor, as though you're going to be attacked, or as though you need to hang on to what you have because something is trying to take it away from you. But I see that these are not actual situations that are going to continue. I'm getting that you have to retrain your body to relax and to trust. And this is reminding me of these two, to get that out with knowledge, understanding, and reaching out to others. By writing about your experience, by talking about your experience, by finding other people who have been through similar things where you can understand what you're going through in this retraining process. Because ultimately in your future you have both these, and you're training your body to unclench, to accept this. You may have been in some long-term situation, like years of being stuck in a certain position or a certain location or a certain situation that is very hard to unclench from because you're so used to it. You know what this is reminding me of? Is, you know how in the justice world some people go to jail needlessly for decades over something that was fairly small. You know how in the justice world you might come across a case where someone did something awful, like killed somebody else, and they go to jail for 5 years. Meanwhile, there are other people who go to jail either for something that they were accused of that they didn't do, or for something relatively minor, like possession of marijuana or something like that, where they end up being locked up for decades of their life. And when you lose time, you lose years of experience that way, where when the prison crumbles, when the prison disappears, it's like shell shock. Like you're so used to this that it's so much harder to get used to life without it. Even though you never wanted to be there in the first place, you become accustomed to it. And so when it's ripped away, it's almost like you don't know what to do, or you don't know how to function in this new world that you enter because you haven't had the time or the years to be able to see it evolve. You were locked away the whole time. but it looks as though you are helped. You do have divine help with this, spiritual help with this. You have a sense of community with this. You have people who understand in this, who have been through similar things. You've educated yourself about this. And so now you're realizing you can trust. You can hope. Things are getting better. Look, 2 wheels of fortune. Things are getting a lot better. Things are evolving and you are free. Or you can free yourself. You can go explore now. You can grow now. You can experience completely new things now. And so it's a matter of accepting the fact that things are better. And all of the things that you have wanted to do, you have the possibility of being able to do them now. So you have a brand new world opening up to you. You have a new path opening up. You feel inspired. You feel energized. You feel empowered. You have a brand new path. You are not stuck anymore. Let me see what this new beginning is. Look at that. New beginning with love, with relationships. This is reminding me of this. You have support. You have partners. You are understood. You are not completely alone. It's miraculous, really. And if you have had this all along, you truly appreciate it right now. It's like you've realized how blessed you really are to be able to have this support. And if you haven't had this, it is definitely coming in. And if it's not relationships, this is still soulmates, whether it's relatives, children, best friends, community members. These are close-knit soulmates that understand each other. And it is a big choice. If you're so used to living your life in a certain way, it's hard to unclench, to accept this and allow it in, to trust it even. But I see you being empowered to really do this, or go with it, or to accept it, to trust it. You might need to make a major decision, but it doesn't seem as though that's hard to do. So, okay. In your surroundings, you have the 4 of Swords. You may be sleeping a lot. You may need to rest more than usual. You're finding inner peace. You're stilling your mind. It's important in your surroundings for you to have a place that is quiet and peaceful to be able to go to heal and recuperate, to recover. It's important for you to have peaceful surroundings at this time. So let me pick more on that. Yeah, same exact thing. I think it doesn't really need any more explanation than that. It's the same card twice. The 4 of Swords. Peace. Peace in your surroundings. Quiet. Needing to rest more, but accept it. Accept the fact that you need more rest. Don't feel weird about it. Heal. Take your time. Your hope is for the Three of Pentacles. Growth of your talents, being accepted, being admired, being cheered on, being supported in your gifts, talents, and self-expression. And also doing this for others as well. There was something else in here. Yeah. You're in the spotlight, or your hope is to be comfortable being in the spotlight. Scorpio energy is usually more of like a background, backstage type of energy. You may not completely be used to being in the limelight or being in a spotlight where everyone can see you. I mean, you guys are ruled by a planet that's the farthest away from the sun. That's in total darkness, that is not used to having the light of the sun on it. The sun is too far away, but for some reason it seems as though the sun is shining on you and you're able to shine. You're able to be seen by others, to be appreciated. Your hope is that you will not have stage fright and that you will be able to let go and fully relax and enjoy it. And this is also growth of talents, money, jobs, business, goals, all of those things. Your general outcome is the Six of Swords. So this is moving on from pain, moving on from feelings of isolation or being misunderstood. Where is it? This is recovery after a shock. But the shock is helping you in this case. This is recovery, healing, finding peace, and transition. This is transitioning from old pain to a completely new experience. Some of you may be moving, as in to a different location, or you may be in transition from one phase to a different phase, or from one way of feeling to a different way of feeling. Conflict in the past, you're able to be at peace with it now, even if you aren't able to actually get resolution from outside sources. You can still have that within you. It might be that some of you receive an apology over something, or that you forgive yourself for something. You're being led or guided to a much better future. Let me see what else I can get about that. This is learning how to trust again. This is accepting that things are getting better. This fish is moving forward in the water, and so is this person in the boat, guided by their angel. You're feeling a new feeling in your heart that makes you feel excitement about the future. And you realize on some level that the old difficulty is falling away and you have a new path. This is another ace. You have two aces in here. You have a new path opening up where you feel accepted. You feel like you belong. You are in your element. You're able to move on from the past into a new way of feeling. New joy, new happiness, new love. This is reminding me of this too. And this. Yeah. Well, hopefully that made sense for you, and hopefully that resonated, because that was actually a really beautiful reading. Whoa! And I wish you all the best in December, and I shall see you guys soon. Okay.